Well, good afternoon. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you ever so much. My name is Will Austin, and welcome to Fight Back 2020. This is our seventh program, and this one is just going to be video. It's going to be on our website somehow. It's going to be on our Facebook. I'm sorry. It's going to be on our YouTube channel as well. So thank you for tuning in. I just wanted to hit you up this morning. It was Martin Luther King birthday today, MLK Day as we call it. I hope that it was a good day for you, that you did something to commemorate the memory of Dr. King and his teachings and what we wanted, the best of what we want to take from his life and his teachings about judging people from the content of the content of his character and not the color of their skin. You know what? Those things, those incredible nuggets of wisdom that are going to move our society forward in a positive way and have been the best of what America is. So hope you had a great time today and that you're looking forward to carrying on those traditions and those thoughts and those dreams into tomorrow and the rest of the year and the rest of your life. So thank you again for tuning in this evening or this afternoon or this morning, whenever you're watching here on YouTube. We appreciate it. Listen, write down if you like what we're doing. Click the like button and then click the subscribe button and comment down there and share with your friends. That's the best way. As a matter of fact, here on YouTube, that's really the only way that we get our word out. You know what? We could buy ads, but we don't have money for ads. So we really depend on you liking and subscribing and sharing to get the word out. It's really seriously important at this level. All right, I want to talk a little bit about what's really happening. There was impeachment stuff. What? There was impeachment stuff, and we need to talk about it. So the Majority Leader McConnell laid out the rules about how this thing is going to go down to sort of help some of us who might not understand how it goes. That I saw a tweet from Bette Midler, and her tweet was simply, "So now I guess Nancy Pelosi's president." No, Bette, it's not how it goes, honey. No, no. Even if you were to throw Trump out of office, then you'd still have Mike Pence to deal with. Out of the frying pan? Yeah, so it's not how it works, Bette. You don't get to throw them both out at the same time. Somebody needs to get her up next to a book or something. But in any case, just want to tell you that, for people like Bette Midler, the House develops the articles of impeachment, transmits them to the Senate, and the Senate holds the trial. And the Senate gets to choose, not Nancy Pelosi, the Senate gets to choose how the trial goes down, how this operation goes down. And Majority Leader McConnell has done just that. He, of course, is a Republican from Kentucky. So today he released a resolution laying out the ground rules for President Trump's impeachment trial. I want to go ahead and read those to you. So they are in here, the record on YouTube. So you're not having to go to CNN. You're not having to go to MSNBC and have them cry and whine and bitch about it. This is how it's going to go down. Trump teams and the House of Representatives have until 9 a.m. on Wednesday to file any motions. The exception being motions to subpoena witnesses or documents. All responses filed to any motions have to be in by 11 a.m. on Wednesday. So both sides have until really 9 a.m. to file any motions. All motions filed, all responses to the motions have to be in by 11 on Wednesday. So they're going to send them by 9, and any responses have to be out by 11. The trial will begin at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Wednesday. This goes down at 1 o'clock Wednesday. The House will have 2 days to make their case for impeachment, but their time allotment cannot exceed 24 hours. After that, Trump's legal team will be given 2 days to make their case, and it can't exceed 24 hours. Now, they can have as many people, not testify, but present as they want. but it's 24 hours over the course of 2 sessions. Make sense? Once the president's team finishes the presentation, senators can ask questions, but they are limited to a 16-hour time frame. So once the president's team is finished, then the senators can start asking questions to the presenters. But they can only do that for 16 hours. There will be a 4-hour argument split between the House and Trump's team, the House and Trump's team. Okay, 4-hour argument split. Deliberation will follow. At that time, and this is an important part, the Senate will decide whether or not to subpoena witnesses or documents. So what, Chuck Schumer is all all upset because they're still holding on to there's more evidence. There's more evidence. We need to call witnesses. We need to subpoena more people. There's more. There's more. Well, if there were more, you should have presented them when you had the chance. If you weren't rushing to wait, if you weren't hurrying up to wait, you might have been able to call those witnesses and get all that testimony on the record, so you could present it. And now you didn't. Sorry, Chucky. Sorry, Nancy. You screwed it up. You jacked it all up. And now you want the Senate to do your work for you. You want the Senate. They want the Senate trial to be a continuation of the Schiff Show and the Nadler Follies. Well, Moscow Mitch is not interested in continuing your process. Thank God. So, after the deliberation argument between the president, 4 hours of the president's crew and the House crew, then the Senate will decide if they're going to subpoena witnesses or they're going to call witness or subpoena documents to get more information. Only then. Now, right now, they're really, at that point, will there be any need to do so? Will there be any want to do so? Well, we're going to see. We're going to see, that's for sure. It is a lot of people's contention that the Senate will not call witnesses, will not subpoena documents, and if they don't, then they'll vote. Then they'll simply vote. It'll be an up and down, yay or nay thing. Okay. If the Senate decides to allow either side to subpoena witnesses, here's what happens. The witnesses have to be deposed, okay? And then the Senate will decide if the witnesses will testify. They have to be questioned by both sides, and if the Senate decides that this is information that needs to come out, then they'll allow that. So this idea that you're going to not bring up fact witnesses, like they had a chance to do in the House, but they decided to bring opinion witnesses, people who heard it from a friend, who heard it from a friend, who heard it from another, you've been messing around, sort of thing, that they missed that opportunity. They had all the chance for this, but the only fact witness they had was Sondland. You remember Sondland? He's the only guy. So they blew that. Chucky, Nancy, Shifty, Jerry, you blew it. You blew it. You had nothing, and you acted like you had nothing. And you have nothing, and you're acting like you have nothing. How it is, sorry. So the idea is that once the witnesses are deposed, if the Senate decides that witness needs to testify, then that witness will testify. So even if the Senate allows subpoenas of witnesses or documents, they will still decide who gets to testify. All right? So once all the deliberations are concluded, the Senate will vote on each individual article of impeachment. So it looks like, because it's going to be 2 days of arguments from both sides to start with, and then another probably 2 days. So we're talking about starting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If they go into Saturday, Sunday, we're talking about, we're not going to be done with this for at least 10 days. At least 10 days. In 10 days, at least we'll know. We'll know that Donald Trump will probably be elected president of the United States in November, because the Democrats don't seem to have anything else. If you think they've got something that really will drive the country forward, that will improve the economy, that will protect individual freedoms, lower tax burdens on hardworking citizens, I've not heard it. Have they presented it? No. They've had 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years. And all we've heard is Medicaid for all, right? Something that's going to cost trillions of dollars that can't really realistically be done. Free college. Anything else? Anything that's going to protect the personal freedoms of hardworking Americans? Anything that's going to protect the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens? Anything? No, I guess not. So that's how that's going to work. So if you were curious on how this whole Senate trial was going to go down, that's how it's going to go down. My suggestion is that you go ahead and read the resolution. It's 4 pages, so I'm not going to read it to you right now, but you can find it at townhall.com. And in the same article where the Senate Majority Leader lays out the plan and the ground rules, I guess, for the impeachment trial. And of course, Chuck Schumer is pissed. That's, I don't know, that's good, but it's funny. Anyway, so there you go. So this is how it's going to go down. All right, again, thank you ever so much for tuning in to Fight Back 2020. Thank you for going to fightbackmedia.com. Thank you for listening to the Morning Report on Spotify and Spreaker and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts and Deezer and CastBox and on and on and on and on and on. Thank you ever so much for your support. And again, thank you for listening to that on fightbackmedia.com. Just scroll down until you see the record album, click on that, and Morning Reports, more than you can deal with. And Fight Back 2020 podcasts. So again, thank you ever so much. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, take care of yourself. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Love you. Bye-bye. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.